Gears of War. No Surrender. Chapter 1. 1 year since Jacinto sank. A year after the city Jacinto sank, a lot of the cog soldiers, or Gears, were spread across the country, including the wisecracking duo that went by the names Tiger and Ward. Both were walking through one of the bases, now turned into a refugee camp. They strolled around the perimeter, their bodies suited in the Gears armor, their hands heavy as they gripped their Lancer rifles. "Man, I'm so bored," Ward moaned. "What, would you rather be in a bullet fight with some grunts right now?" Tiger asked, with a chuckle. "Yeah, kinda," Ward sighed. They strolled and ignored the battering sunlight, their guns in their hands feeling heavier than ever. Then suddenly, the alarm rang, signaling the sightings of the Locust. Tiger and Ward both bolted to the south entrance and stood on the gate wall, guns aimed. They were joined by other Gears. Ward scanned the forest before them, and he saw the Locusts stomping their way through the dead trees. One of them had a sniper rifle and aimed it, looking down the scope. "Sniper, get down!" Ward barked. Every cog ducked down behind the metal wall made of scraps. Tiger pulled out a grenade. He stood and spun it above his head and threw it into the forest. It landed in front of one of the Locusts and exploded instantly, its blood and guts splattering the trees and its fellow Locusts. Tiger and Ward and the rest of the Gears all placed their guns on the wall and started firing. Bullets flew madly across the plain as the Locusts returned fire. Tiger hit one in the leg. As it dropped to the ground, another bullet ripped right through its face, killing it. Ward focused on one of the larger ones carrying a boomstick. He managed to hit it in the head. The heavier Locust dropped to its knees, and the cogs carried on slaughtering the horde of Locusts that assaulted the south gate. "They're inside! Help! Help! They're inside!" a voice yelled behind them. They turned around and looked at the facility, and in the center, a hole erupted from the ground, and the Locusts started climbing out of it. Fully armed, and they started shooting down everyone, Gears and fleeing civilians alike. "Tiger, Ward, get down there and sort them out," a fellow cog ordered. Tiger and Ward nodded, and they both hopped down the staircase and landed on the ground. Then they sprinted across the grounds. One grunt jumped in the way and swung for Ward. He blocked the attack with his Lancer rifle. He kicked the grunt back. Then he revved the chainsaw on his Lancer and swung it hard, rotating the saw blade, and it ripped through the grunt's shoulder, shredding through the flesh, splitting the being in half, blood splattering all over Ward's armor. "You good?" Tiger asked. "Yeah, just keep moving," Ward barked. They carried on sprinting and found the small horde of Locusts that were killing their friends. Ward jumped onto a cargo box, giving him some height advantage. He aimed his Lancer and started mowing down some of the Locusts. Tiger put his Lancer on his back and pulled out his Nasher shotgun. He ran up to a Locust and pulled the trigger, and the grunt exploded into pieces. Ward kept stationed and moved ever so slightly left and right as he could mow down as many as he could. He turned around and saw two Locusts trying to climb on top of the cargo box where he stood. He aimed down and killed one of them easily with just a pull of the trigger. Then he pulled the trigger again, but his gun clicked. He checked his ammo pouch and he was empty. "Damn it!" Ward grunted. He tossed his Lancer behind him and pulled out his pistol. He turned back to the grunt, who was now on the cargo box with him. The grunt fired his gun. The bullet sped past Ward. He ducked down and rolled to one side before aiming his pistol and pulling the trigger. The bullet hit the grunt in the head. The Locust fell off the cargo box with a hard thud. Ward let out a sigh of relief. He grabbed his empty Lancer and then jumped off the cargo box and ran up the Tiger, who was in the middle of caving in a Locust's head with the butt end of his shotgun. Tiger then pulled out an ammo clip and tossed it to Ward. He caught it and loaded it into his Lancer. "Forgot your ammo clips, huh?" Tiger mocked. "Not now, man," Ward muttered. Then they heard more screaming. They looked up and saw a whole squad of Reavers flying towards them. "Reavers incoming!" a voice screamed out. Tiger and Ward watched as the Reavers tucked their legs in and dove at the facility base. What are they doing?" Tiger asked. "I don't see drivers," Ward stated. "They wouldn't, suicide bomb us, would they?" Tiger asked. Ward's expression widened as he realized Tiger had a point. Then he grabbed Tiger by the arm and dragged him into the cargo box that he was just on. He used his lancer chainsaw to break the chain and open it and push Tiger inside. He jumped in into himself and then closed the door and held it closed with all his strength. Then they heard the explosions. The ground rumbled underneath them as the Reavers collided into the base. Ward felt the pressure of the brute strength with a shockwave as it tried to pull the door open. Tiger grabbed onto the metal bar-like handle as well and pulled with Ward. After a few minutes, the sounds and the rumbling calmed. "You think it's safe?" Tiger asked. "I don't know, but keep yourself ready for anything," Ward warned him. Tiger nodded and they both pushed open the door and walked out of the cargo box. The whole base was rubble, dead bodies scattered everywhere, human and locust alike. Fire danced, and the sky was now filled with thick black smoke. "Well, crap, now what?" Tiger barked. "We should head back to that radio tower. We can get in contact with someone. Let the others know that we lost the base," Ward muttered, anger painted all over his face. Ward stormed off. Tiger let out a sigh, gazing over the destruction of the base, their home for the last 8 months. He remembered the people. There was Sarah, who was a good baker. John and his son Zach had an incredible garden with plump tomatoes and thick carrots. All the children would gaze at the gear soldiers in wonder and awe, inspired by their determination to defend those against the locust. Tiger wished they could bury the dead, maybe put out the flames. But Ward had a point. They had to alert the other bases, the ships and the gears, that the base was not only out of commission, but their resources and gear numbers were now down, and that the locusts were willing to sacrifice their reavers and turn them into suicide bombers. Tiger gripped onto his gun tightly and followed Ward. They walked for a while. They didn't say anything. Ward didn't have anything to say, and Tiger didn't want to break the silence. They silently mourned the dead and silently let their anger boil. They walked for a few miles, then saw a helicopter in the sky spinning out of control, the tail of the copter smoking. The helicopter came crashing down and hit the ground hard, and the helicopter rolled across the ground. "Come on, let's go check it out," Ward barked. They both ran towards the helicopter as it came to a halt. They saw several locusts approaching the fallen aircraft. As they charged in, they opened fire, and the locusts dropped dead, or fired back. Tiger ran up to one and swung his lancer down, revving his chainsaw as he did, and he cut through the locust. As Ward switched guns with his gnasher, and he killed 2 more locusts. They cleared the small squad of locusts with ease, then turned to the fallen helicopter. "Help me," a voice called out. "You hear that, right?" Tiger asked. "Someone survived." "Somehow," Ward grunted. They both started rummaging through the wreckage till they found a guy under some metal scrap. Tiger lifted the metal sheet as Ward grabbed the man and slid him out from under it. Then Ward knelt down and examined the man. "Thank you. I didn't realize there were gears around here," the man sighed. "I think we're the last 2, Ward explained. "I'm sorry," the man sighed. "Don't be. It's not like you knew. What was you doing in this helicopter anyway?" Ward asked. The man pulled out a thumb drive from his pocket. "I must get this drive to someone. It's very important that I do," the man sighed. Tiger finished searching through the rubble, then walked up to the man and Ward. "Wait, you're the chairman Prescott or something, right?" Tiger asked. Ward looked at his friend, then turned to the stranger he'd just saved, with a shocked expression painted over his face. This story is dedicated to my best friend, James, who got me into the Gears of War series. Bro, this story's for you.
What you have just listened to is a product created by the Three Ranger Bros Studio.
Hosted by 3 cosplaying fathers who
happen to be massive geeks of all sorts of fandoms.
They are Mark, the Red Cornish Ranger,
Cosplay Dude 637,
and Tai Tiger.
The studio covers different types of YouTube videos, TikToks, podcasts, and live streams.
If you wish to find out who cosplays who, the YouTube channel, the TikTok accounts, and the podcasts, and all of the other social media platforms,
please go to the 3rangerbrostudios.com.